Hello, and welcome to Spoiler Alert, where I tell you how something was that isn't yet. This week, we're looking at the last film in the Hobbit trilogy, The Battle of 5 Armies, as requested by Studio Hawk. In this film, Peter Jackson continues his quest to turn a mere 300-page children's book into a full-length movie trilogy, which seems like quite a lot, but really, it's just a warm-up for his magnum opus, the 5-film masterpiece, Goodnight Moon. So what can we expect? Well, all our heroes are back, meaning Bilbo Baggins, Gandalf, Thorin Oakenshield, Glorian, Billy, Killy, Happy, Sneezy, and Doc. Their quest? To take the Hobbit to Erebor. After Smaug gets desolated the way we thought he was going to be at the end of the last movie, Thorin, who placed second in the hottest dwarf contest, reclaims all the treasure for Erebor, thus fulfilling his lifelong ambition of having a gold coin pool a la Scrooge McDuck. Turns out no one ever told Thorin that sharing is caring though, and battle erupts when he refuses to share his new toys. And to think this could have all been prevented if Middle-earth had an equivalent to Barney. Meanwhile, Gandalf returns from being AFK to discover that all hell has broken loose when he wasn't there. To be fair, he did split the party. Things escalate when wargs and goblins join the fight, forcing the other 3 armies to reluctantly band together, sort of like in The Matrix when Neo teamed up with the machines, except this battle has fewer Weavings Hugo. This of course leads to the famous Battle of 5 Armies, which is really 5 armies, a dragon corps, a bunch of magic shit, some eagles, and a team of very grumpy dwarves. In the aftermath, almost everyone we care about is dead, leaving Bilbo to pick up the pieces, meaning experience points and loot. To get some of that loot, he returns to Smaug's cave, only to realize this dragon had a bigger hoarding problem than any of us really knew. Bilbo then returns home, writes a memoir, and attempts to live out the rest of his days in peace. But then there's that one ring gnawing at the back of his conscience. I smell a sequel hook. But let's be honest, you knew all this. The book came out ages ago, and quite frankly, there was already an animated movie about it, which managed to fit the whole thing in under 3 hours, let alone 3 films. So what's added that you maybe weren't expecting? Well, Tauriel shows up again and does more in one movie than Arwen managed to do in the entire series. Legolas, on the other hand, spends less time shooting things with arrows this film because, let's face it, the filmic world has enough of that lately, and more time trying to live with the fact that he is the Shinji to Thranduil's fabulous Gendo. Bard the Bowman is the film's Aragorn stand-in for women who needed a bit of scruffiness but didn't want to go over the top with the dwarves. He becomes the new King of Dale. Most of the film's runtime is dedicated to his really over-the-top coronation sequence. Killy, the cute one, is spared his gruesome death from the books and gets to live out the rest of his days happily with Tauriel. So what of the future of the Lord of the Rings franchise? Well, this film ends on an unsatisfying note, then fades to black and has a title card reading Silmarillion coming 2017, thus allowing New Line to make about 20 more films, and allowing Peter Jackson to have a gold moat to rival what would have been Thorin's if he hadn't, died. Well, that's it for Spoiler Alert. Please, tell me what you want reviewed in advance next. I will credit you the way I did Studio Hawk. And until next time, don't say I didn't warn you.